I had to change my identity to survive. I never expected to fall in love. I didn't die that night on the pier. But the girl I used to be, she sure did. One gunshot, one desperate scream, and Amelia Collins vanished, swallowed by a fog of flashing police lights and flimsy fake passports. My new name was Emma Shaw. My new ironclad rule: never let anyone get close enough to see the terror hiding behind my smile. So, here I was, 2 towns over, clocking in for the late shift at a 24-hour laundromat. The dryer's hum felt louder than my own heartbeat, a constant, dull thrum against the silence of my new life. Then, Aiden Parker walked in, arms overflowing with crimson hoodies, and asked, "You got change for a 20? I, Shufa, just said no, right? Instead, I found myself handing him quarters, each one feeling like a bullet in a war. One swore I'd never fight again. Aiden became a regular, always showing up around 2 a.m., always with that slightly crooked grin that screamed he had nothing left to lose. We'd talk over the thunder of the dryers about music, about why the town's fountain water tasted like pennies, even about the thin scar cutting through my left eyebrow. I lied every single time, painting a picture of a life that wasn't mine. But the truth, it was always clawing at the back of my throat, desperate to escape. He thought I was mysterious. I knew I was just a ticking stopwatch. One wrong question. Where did you move from? Who did you lose? And the marshals would yank me into another life, another empty town. Still, when he showed up with a burnt sugar latte he clearly couldn't afford, I felt the ground steady beneath me for the first time since the night I ran. Could this be real? The first real crack in my armor appeared during a city-wide blackout. The machines died mid-cycle. The fluorescent lights snapped off, and the laundromat plunged into a cave of spinning shadows. Aiden found my hand in the dark, his calloused thumb tracing my pulse like he was memorizing Morse code. For one breath, just one, I let him. Then glass shattered outside. Guessed a traffic accident. Thank God, but adrenaline rocketed through me. My heart howled, convinced they'd found me, and I hit the floor, dragging him down with me. "Emma, it's okay. I've got you," he whispered, and I almost confessed everything right there on the grimy linoleum. But old habits die hard, don't they? I mumbled something about fireworks and fragile nerves. He nodded, but I caught him watching me, the way people watch a bridge sway dangerously in a high wind. He saw more than I let on. The postcard arrived a week later. No return address. Just a photo of the pier at sunset on the front. The back. A single, typewritten line. "You can't wash blood out with soap." My lungs simply forgot how to inflate. I torched that card in the alley behind the laundromat, flames licking my fingertips. But the words stayed branded on the inside of my eyelids. I seriously considered running again. New name, new state, new ghost town. What was the point? Then Aiden's text buzzed. "Coffee machine's broken. Rescue me?" I stared at the screen until the letters blurred. I'd survived witness protection, a hitman, and 3 foster homes. Surely I could survive a boy who made my ribs feel like tuning forks, right? I met his friends, a tight-knit, loud, beautifully ordinary bunch. We roasted marshmallows in a rusted fire pit behind someone's uncle's barn. One of them, laughing, snapped a photo, looped an arm around my shoulders, and tagged me online before I could even duck. My stomach plummeted. Digital footprints are just breadcrumbs for monsters, aren't they? I begged her to delete it, my voice cracking, utterly desperate. She just laughed. "Relax, Em, you're not America's Most Wanted." Aiden saw the sheer terror in my eyes. He hustled me behind the barn, demanding the truth. Rain started then, cold pinpricks against my scalp. I opened my mouth, shut it, then opened it again. The story tumbled out in broken pieces. A murder trial, a false identity, marshals who moved me around like a chess piece. I braced myself for him to flinch, to back away, to treat me like radioactive waste. Instead, he cupped my rain-slicked face and said, "Then let's make this life worth staying for." My heart split wide open, equal parts overwhelming relief and fresh, terrifying dread, because love It turns out, just made the target on my back twice as large. Want to know how we outran the shadows? Hit subscribe because the next part is a pure sprint to the finish line. The hitman found us at the county fair. I spotted him by the Ferris wheel, a black hoodie despite the sweltering heat, his eyes scanning like I texted my marshal handler one word. Compromised. Then grabbed Aiden's hand and weaved through the sticky caramel apple crowds. We ducked behind a game booth where plastic ducks clacked together. Trust me, I breathed, and he just nodded. No questions, no hesitation. That trust, his absolute faith, fueled me more than any adrenaline ever could. We split up. Aiden to create a distraction, me to reach the Marshall SUV parked behind the rodeo ring. Hoodie guy, just as we hoped, tailed Aiden instead of me. I doubled back, heart hammering. Aiden climbed the maintenance ladder of the Ferris wheel, luring the threat into the open. Police swarmed. Marshal snipers appeared like ghosts on the rooftops. The wheel lights strobed. Red, blue, red. A single shot cracked the night. Hoodie guy dropped, a shoulder wound. Alive but neutralized. Aiden, primera, escreamet. He climbed down, hands shaking, and pulled me into a grip so tight I felt his heartbeat thundering against my own. In that beautiful chaos, I finally realized the only identity that truly mattered now was the one we shared. Survivors. They relocated us together, of course. New state, new last names, but the same late-night laundromat coffee dates. Our dryer still rattles, like it's arguing with the floor. But now Aiden keeps quarters in a jar labeled Emma's Escape Fund, just in case. I carry a postcard in my pocket. Same pier, same sunset, but the back is blank. Sometimes I take it out, flip it over, and write the only truth that sticks. You can't wash love out with anything. Then I tuck it away, grab Aiden's hand, and step into whatever sunrise we've earned. No longer running. Finally home.